Hello everyone and welcome to another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube. This is the true story of how a friend of mine had £18,000 stolen from her bank account. My friend is 71 and like most people these days, she's fully aware of scams. But sometimes, when life gets stressful, we let our guard down. My friend lives with and cares for her younger brother who has learning difficulties. In normal times, her brother, who we're going to call Jeff, attends a day centre. But since the outbreak of COVID-19, his day centre has been closed, and so my friend, who we're going to call Elizabeth, has been caring for him full time. To give Elizabeth a break once a week, a carer had been coming in every Friday afternoon. But one week in October, the usual carer didn't come, and was replaced by a lady who was wearing a face shield but no other protective equipment. She spent the whole afternoon with Jeff, and then 24 hours later tested positive for COVID-19. A few days later, Jeff became unwell and also tested positive for COVID-19. His condition deteriorated and he was admitted to hospital. My friend, of course, was unable to be with him and was worried that the staff in the hospital wouldn't understand his usual care routine and that he would be upset and frightened because he was on his own. On the 14th of October, my friend received this text on her mobile phone. It had the UK Driving Standards Agency logo at the top and started by saying "Hi" and then my friend's email address. Of course, this is the first red flag that you should look for. Any government agency writing to you should address you by your full name. It continued, "We have sent a couple of reminders recently and noticed that you still haven't updated your account information. Check to make sure your account information is up to date. By keeping this information up to date, you'll have an easier time working with your account, logging in and receiving account communications." It continued, "Our automated routine check has found some irregularities in your current profile which indicates that the information given is no longer accurate or up to date." And then said, "Please click here and update your account information. Thank you, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency." My friend forwarded the entire email to me, so I clicked on the link. The website that it took you to has long since gone. I've reproduced the link so that you can see that it isn't the Driving Standards Agency. I don't mean to embarrass the owner of that domain name, which is a legitimate domain name owned by a legitimate business. Web hackers are common. I own several domain names myself. And these scammers will hack into websites, set up their fake pages, and then use them to work their scams. Taken off guard, because she was stressed at the time, my friend clicked on the link and gave the information asked for, which she tells me included her bank account details and her telephone numbers. My friend went on to tell me, on the 16th of October, I was out on Friday evening with friends in a country park. I received a call on my mobile phone purporting to be from the fraud department of my bank. A male voice said there had been illegal activity on my account and they were notifying me. I was alarmed and asked what to do. They said to go home and wait for a call on my landline. They asked me how long it would take me to get home. I gave them an approximate time. I set off to go home, and when I got in, the landline phone rang. I answered it, and they had also said to leave my mobile phone on. Understandably, my friend doesn't recall exactly what happened next. But she said, they said I would be given some numbers on my landline, and I had to enter them. This part was like an automated message on the landline. I cannot remember where I entered them, but I did what they said. I questioned them about why I was doing this, and couldn't I just go into my bank the next day. They convinced me that they had to put a stop on my account and that I could go into my bank office on Monday. She says, on Saturday evening, a friend, who had been present when I received the call on Friday evening, rang to say that she thought there was something suspicious about the Friday night phone call. Elizabeth continued, I then started to feel worried, and on Sunday morning I rang the bank. After some considerable time, I got through to the right department, and then the awful truth. I had been tricked into opening internet banking, which I never had and didn't want. This allowed the fraudsters to transfer a large sum from my cash ISA to my current account. They then withdrew about £18,000 in the form of faster payments to 5 separate individuals who all had foreign names. She says I was hysterical. The bank put a stop on her account. At the time they said they couldn't guarantee that she would get her money back. However, she tells me that her bank has a good fraud guarantee scheme and that after a month the money was returned to her. After a few days in hospital, her brother came home and is now fully recovered. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.